Hi and welcome back to another episode of Brooklyn's World. Since my last episode, things have been happening, but it seems to be going very slowly. Trying to get the medical world to listen, and I mean actually listen, is exhausting. I had another appointment with my new doctor, and much to my surprise, he actually kept to his word from what we spoke about over the phone on my first appointment. And the first thing he did was write me a referral to a brand new gastroenterologist. He said that he would send off the referral and then I just had to wait for them to call me. Much to my surprise, a second surprise, I got a call from the new practice it was under a week, and then they made an appointment for me in under 2 weeks' time from there. This to me was unheard of. I usually have to wait so long to get into new specialists, but I really hope that this new man will be able to help me with my SMAS, and I am truly grateful for the help that this new doctor has given me so far. I'm having some major issues with my dietitian because what she wants and what is happening are at complete opposite ends of the scales. So because of that, basically she makes me feel like crap and makes me feel like a failure. And now whenever I think of my appointments, it just makes me all anxious and I just don't want to go. And if I can get out of an appointment, then I do, because I just don't have time to be dealing with the kind of negativity that I'm getting from her at the moment. And it's not helping me. It's not helping my SMAS journey. It's not helping my well-being, and it certainly isn't helping my nutrition or dietetics requirements. So at the moment, I'm really thinking that she's the one who's going to be next on my hit list of firing people who are in my little medical circle, because I just don't want to deal with that anymore. Whenever she asks for the lists of the foods that I've been eating and what meals I've been eating and when I've been eating them, there's always some criticism to it. There's never oh, that's good, you tried that, or that's good, you managed to get that much into you. It's more like, well, did you put cream on top of that? Did you put sauces on top of that? Did you add extra fats and oils to that? And all of those kinds of things, especially everything that is the higher rates of fat that is contained in them. Because I don't have a gallbladder, my body can't process fats that well at the best of times. And it certainly can't now that the SMAS has kicked in pretty strongly. And she just doesn't seem to understand that. She just keeps pushing, add this, add that, add fat, do this, do that. And I just can't do it. So every time I say that I haven't done that, she kind of just gives me this look, this sneer, and I can tell that she's not very happy because I'm not following what she's asking me to do. But I just don't see how it's possible for me to do what she wants to do. I don't know. But going to these appointments now really is making me very uncomfortable. She's also not taking any notice of, or just completely ignoring the fact that I still get full really, really quickly after a very small amount of food. So when I tell her my portion sizes, she once again gives me this look, tells me basically that she's very, very disappointed. And she doesn't seem to understand that I can't just shovel in food on every waking second of every day that I have. I just can't do it. And honestly, I don't want to do it because it makes me feel very uncomfortable and it gives me pain. So why would I do something that I know is going to give me pain? It just seems ridiculous. And when I say this to her, all that I get was, oh, you need to push through it and then you'll just get used of it. Well, I'm not quite sure about that, because I've been trying to push through this for a number of years now, and no amount of pushing that I've been doing, even to get to the point that I'm at now, it's still not fixing the problem. So she seems to be going down the wrong path, but because she's only got one vision in mind, and that's for me to put on, 10 kilos of weight, that's it. That's all that she can see. So there's no consideration for anything that's actually going on with me, or how I feel about something, or what's working for me and what's not. It's just her vision, and that's it. There's no other way. And when I tell her that I can't do what she's asking me to do, once again, I get this little sneer face staring at me. And then she starts basically what I see as sort of a threat, where she says, oh, well, if you don't do it, then maybe I won't be able to see you anymore. Maybe there's no point in me seeing you. I just kind of think, if you don't want to help me, or you don't think that I can be helped, just tell me that, and tell me to get lost, and tell me to go and find someone else. I think that I would be a lot more comfortable with that than just being messed around and being made to feel like absolute crap every time I go and see her or speak to her. I don't have room for that in my life at all. So I really think that very soon she will be getting fired as well from my medical team. Just leaving Lupus Clinic, walking back to my car, which is a very long walk, but my lupus is actually behaving itself, so that's good news. Fibromyalgia though is not behaving itself. It is not behaving itself at all. For now, the treatments and medications that I'm on seem to be doing something quite good, so they didn't want to change anything or play experiments with anything. They're just going to leave it as it is. I thought that today would give me some enlightenment and some hope, but unfortunately I think I'm back at the very same position that I was before I stepped into the new gastroenterologist room. It turns out that once again he's another professional who doesn't like to listen that much. He would ask lots of questions and would listen to the answers that I gave him, but if I wanted to add anything or give a bit more information or how I was feeling about something, he wasn't really that interested. What is it with professionals and specialists and doctors in general who just don't listen? Surely they should be taking the most notice of the person who is saying what is wrong with them, because a person knows their body the best, not them. To condense a long appointment into just one little short video, basically he doesn't believe that I have SMAS or gastroparesis, and said that he will not be treating me for either of these. This was based on the results that I'd brought in with me and all of the scans and stuff that I had previously had. He said that some of the tests were missing for him to be able to confirm these diagnoses. He said that I hadn't had a small bowel follow-through test and I hadn't had a Doppler ultrasound. He said that he would not be referring me to a vascular surgeon to see if there was anything that they would be able to do, because basically the operations that can come from these, he said, are horrendous for anybody to have to endure. He said that I'd already gone through quite radical treatments already, and he had no intention of putting me into hospital or for giving me a tube of any sort. He then came up with the diagnosis of a severe and complicated form of irritable bowel syndrome. Here we go again. He then went down the road of saying, if you put on weight, you'll be better. He didn't want to change any of my medications, which was exactly what I did want to hear. But he asked me to start a new medication. He said that this medication can help alleviate all of the symptoms that I have in some people. He also said that it can make you very hungry. Therefore, I would put on weight. Some interesting things that did come from the appointment. He seemed absolutely disgraced that I had to put up with my nasogastric J tube for so long. He also said that I should fire my dietitian, because obviously whatever myself and her have got going on, It's not working. And considering that I have been with her for quite a while, for basically a year now, and nothing is changing, and she's not listening to me, then it is time for a change. He did give me a recommendation for a new dietitian though. So where to now? Well, the first thing that I need to do is try to process what happened at the appointment today. I can't believe that irritable bowel syndrome came up once again, and the age-old put on weight came up again as well. I feel like I'm just back to stage 1 again. Since I've been home, I've looked up the medication that the gastroenterologist prescribed to me. And from what I can see, I'm not impressed. It just seems like a potential quick fix rather than actually finding out what is wrong or treating what is wrong. I think I'm going to have to do some serious research and give some serious thought before I even get this script filled. Today this warrior sword got a little bit heavier. Thank you for watching my story, and please stay tuned for... Bye!